Talk about the second national semifinal. Texas Tech, unranked in the preseason, picked to finish 7th in the Big 12, and they're playing for the national championship. Now with their 8th tournament win in the last 2 years, which equals all of the tournament wins in their entire history. Dick, before the game, Chris Beard said you don't out-tough Michigan State. Yes, you do. Yes, Texas Tech did tonight.
Well, Texas Tech is really out toughing everyone. I thought the clinic they put on earlier against Michigan was unbelievably impressive. And you look at Texas Tech, they reflect their coach. He's a great teacher. He's learned a lot. He said, I got my doctorate on the Bob Knight on the philosophy of how to defend. And I'll tell you one thing, they execute, they run a motion game offensively, but really their calling card is their defense, and that's why they're going where they're at. They believe they got a toughness about them, a swag about them. I had them earlier this year when they played Duke, and I was so impressed in that game. They were leading at halftime, and if it wasn't for Trey Jones, who had a phenomenal second half, they win that game. I mean, they're a legitimate club. How they were picked 7th is beyond me.
Well, they lost everybody from last year, Seth, and he put his team together very quickly, and they have a chance to win a national championship.
That's his junior college background. He has the ability to take a new group, put them together, get them to trust each other, and play for a common cause. But this is a Texas Tech team they don't defend. They disrupt. I'm not a big numbers guy, but Michigan State assists on 67% of their field goals. Today they had 6 assists for only 15 field goals. Their ability to disrupt Cassius Winston, their ability to defend the post on switches, front the post and give backside help.
Yes.
Michigan State could not get in transition. They couldn't run offense, and they out-rebounded and out-toughed a very, very talented Michigan State team.
No, they had 6 assists. I'm sorry, Dick.
No, go ahead.
They had 6 assists, 11 turnovers. We said that Cassius Winston was going to be critical. When's the last time Cassius Winston has more turnovers than assists? Me at 2 assists and 4 turnovers in this ball game. You take him out of the equation, who else was willing to step up? They didn't dominate the boards. They didn't get a ton of offensive rebounds. Actually, Texas Tech won the boards. And Seth, you're exactly right. Every time Nick Ward tried to post up,
for the backside,
they fronted him. They fought him. They helped from the weak side. They doubled the post. They made life miserable. It was one hell of an execution of a game plan.
I thought they contained really big-time Winston. To beat them, you have to stop Winston and shut him off. He goes 4 for 16. I mean, you're right about disrupting him. They did a phenomenal job taking him and making him just an average player instead of a star player, and that really hurt them. They made a gutty comeback after being down. I think they were down 13, Rece, was it not?
Yes, correct.
They made a comeback. They looked like they were going to get there, and they couldn't get there because Culver now, they win without Culver being a lottery selection during that game, except at the end. He makes 2 clutch big baskets, and that was big for them in Texas Tech. And the celebrations in Lubbock, baby. They're celebrating big time.
You talk about disrupting and how they defended. They did something really unique because they were able to switch on all those ball screens with Cassius Winston and still pressure and contest him. And every time he got in the lane, they swarmed him. They had active hands. They used their length. And let's not forget Matt Mooney. Matt Mooney was not good. Matt Mooney was great. 6'9" wingspan, got in the lane, scored over Winston, knocked down some big threes. But this team wins with defense, and they win with dominating you on the defensive end. The last thing, Michigan State, they live and die what, transition game?
Yep.
They absolutely got taken out of their transition game. They never got the advance pass. They did a great job of corralling Cassius Winston, keeping him in front and running with those wings. Great job defensively.
You know, I spoke to Tom Izzo before. I spoke to him in the hotel lobby today, and he was concerned about that. He was concerned about transition. He was saying to me, I just don't know if we're going to get easy baskets. Well, the answer was there. There were no easy baskets.
2 fast break points.
It was the first time Michigan State had been favored in a Final Four game since 2000. And they come up short. Again, another heartbreaking loss.
And the Big Ten now.
The Big Ten still over.
2000.
None since 2000.
Yeah.